Real Green Ninja here. Today we're talking about how to set up schedule dates for your program. So let's begin. Now, most companies aren't going to use schedule dates for their programs because most companies, the programs are like the fertilization. And it's actually going to be 45 days between services or 32 days, depending on what you need to set. But there are some companies out there that will need to have schedule dates for their programs. If they have like an interior pest program, or a lot of our UK customers have to schedule everything because they need access to the backyards, and to do that they have to go through the houses. So when you want to set up a schedule date on your programs, there's a couple ways you can do it. The first one is if you go into your program itself, and we go to the parameters here, you'll see here we can actually set up default parameters. So again, this program right here, I have it set to be every 32 days. Now we do want to at least check mark 1 day, but we can always change this information on the fly. If we take a look at my lawn care program, you'll see I don't have any scheduling criteria set. So again, when I add these programs to those customers' accounts, it's going to pull in that scheduling criteria I have set. So like I said, one way is set up a default one and then fine tune that one. Now, if it's a case where you have a customer that, maybe everyone else doesn't need scheduled dates, but this one customer does, again, we can go to their account, add the program, and in this case I'm going to add that lawn care program that doesn't have any criteria. Well, let me scoot this over so you guys can actually see this. There we go. You'll see there is no criteria there because I didn't have any set. But if I need to see that information where I can then change it, there's a little show high repeat schedule button up here at the top. When I click it, you'll see there's that screen that looks very similar to the one I showed you earlier on the parameters. And this is where I can come in here and say, you know what, I want 45 days between services. Again, this person I'm normally going to come out on Tuesday. Now I'm going to scoot this over here so we can see the scheduled dates. Now, once I have my criteria set, I can then set my beginning schedule date. If I don't set anything, and just hit update schedule, you'll see it bases off today's date and then again with the current criteria. So if I go through and say, actually, I don't plan to go out there until April 1st, I can put in April 1st date, hit update schedule. It's going to say, hey, do you want to base it off today's date? Well, no, I want to do my April 1st because that's why I typed it in there. And again, you'll see it builds it out based upon the scheduling criteria. And again, it's going to be 45 days every Tuesday. Now, it's going to build it out until it hits one of two things. Either A, it hits the end on date if you set one, or B, it hits December 31st of the current service year. All right. So like I was saying is, again, you can put that information in there, build out the schedule ahead of time. Now, in order for it to show up on the scheduler, it has to have a schedule date. So now that you have schedule dates, they'll show up on the scheduler. All right. So like I was saying is, again, you set it in there. Now, if you do not want these dates to change, you will want to lock that schedule, because what's going to happen is, just like with a repeating special, when I post production on the first service, it's going to take this done date, add this number of days, and find that next available checkbox. If I lock the schedule, it does not matter when I did the service, the next one's not going to get updated. So again, if you don't want the jobs to have the schedule date update on those services, make sure to lock the schedule. All right. So like I was saying is, again, you set the schedule dates. Once they have schedule dates, they'll show up on the scheduler. Once they're on the scheduler, you can even move them around on the scheduler. So I hope that helps, and you guys have yourself a wonderful day.